Hello everyone, and welcome back to Micah's Library. In today's video, we'll be reading two chapters from a book called Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. At the end of new videos, or every video, at the end of every video, I'll be defining new vocabulary we discover in the few chapters we'll be reading in this video. So let's jump right into the book. First, of course, let's start with the About the Author page. Jules Verne was born in Nantes, France. As a child, he developed a great interest in travel and exploration. He continued to display this interest throughout his life as a writer of adventure stories and science fiction. He also wrote several books on history and geography. Verne's first book, 5 Weeks in a Balloon, was published in 1863. It made him wealthy and famous. The following year, he wrote A Journey to the Center of the Earth, and a year after that came forth From the Earth and to the Moon. Around the World in 80 Days appeared in 1873, along with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is published in 1870. It is probably Verne's most popular book. Chapter 1. Phileas Fogg meets Passepartout. On October 2nd, 1872, Phileas Fogg bet his life savings that he could travel around the world in 80 days. Mr. Fogg, an English gentleman, lived at number 7 Savile Row in London, but not much else was really known about him. He never went to the business and social places where important Londoners gathered, nor did he hold a regular job. He seemed to be quite rich, but nobody knew where all his money came from. He spent most of his time at the Reform Club reading in the library there and playing whist, a popular English card game. Otherwise, he kept mostly to himself. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Phileas Fogg was that his life was centered upon the clock. His own clock told not only the hour, minute, and second, but also the month and the year. Fogg was never early and always on time, and also never late. His activities followed the same pattern day after day. For example, exactly at 11:30 every morning, Phileas Fogg went to the Reform Club. He ate lunch and dinner there each day at exactly the same time in the same room, at the same table, and always alone. At exactly midnight, he returned home and went straight to bed. Phileas Fogg had no wife, children, relatives, or close friends, but he shared his large house with a servant, but had just fired him for bringing him shaving water that was 2 degrees too cold. It's pretty critical. Now he's awaiting a new servant to replace the other servant. There's a knock at the door, and a young man entered. "You come from France, and your name is John, is that right?" Fogg greeted him. "Please call me Jean. My last name is Passepartout, a name I picked up by moving from one job to another. I have worked as a singer, a circus performer, a gym teacher, and a fireman. Then 5 years ago I left France to become a household servant here in England. That job ended badly, but I hope now to settle down here with you and forget the name Passepartout." "Good! What time is it?" "My watch says 11:25. "Oh," sighed Phileas Fogg, "you're 4 minutes too slow. But never mind, starting right now at 11:29 on Wednesday, October 2nd, you are in my service." Chapter 2. A New Life for a Frenchman. Passepartout had been watching Phileas Fogg carefully during their short talk, and he liked what he saw. Fogg was a tall, good-looking man about 40 years old, with light hair and a mustache. pale skin, and beautiful teeth. He spoke and moved slowly, with perfect control of his words and actions. As for Passepartout, he wasn't all that bad looking, and although his lips were a bit too large and his hair a bit messy, his muscles were very well developed from his days in the circus and the gym. The greatest difference between these two gentlemen, however, lay in their personalities. The master was quiet and withdrawn, while the servant was lively and very talkative. Would Passepartout be able to adjust to Fogg's orderly and regular way of life? He had not fared too well in the other English households. His most recent job had ended quickly when he scolded his master, young Lord Longferry, for coming home drunk. He certainly didn't expect any such behavior from Phileas Fogg. As soon as Mr. Fogg left for the Reform Club, Passepartout began looking around the house. How neat and clean everything was! The master's clothes and shoes had even numbers on them, showing what time of the year they were to be worn. Passepartout walked from Fogg's bedroom to the room that he guessed would be his own. The large clock he saw there was timed to the second with that in Phileas Fogg's room. On the wall above the clock was a list of things for the servant to do. Passepartout learned from reading that Fogg woke exactly at 8 each morning and left exactly at 11:30 for the Reform Club. Passepartout's duties would include serving his master tea and toast at 8:23, bringing his shaving water at 9:37, and helping him get dressed starting at 9:40. There would be many other chores to attend to between 11:30 a.m. when Fogg left the house and midnight when he returned to go to bed. Passepartout began to think of Phileas Fogg as some kind of machine, but continued to look forward to his new job as a welcome change from the past. In these first two chapters we have just read, it's mainly introduced Passepartout and Phileas Fogg. These two gentlemen are, like we heard, very different people. They're completely the opposite. One is withdrawn and distant, while the other is ready to have a long conversation on an impromptu basis. The only vocabulary in this few chapters, in this few pages, would be the Reform Club. We all might know what a regular club is, but a Reform Club is a club for exclusive members who enjoy socializing and general relaxation with his fellow peers. This kind of club is mainly built upon knowledge, fun, just the general togetherness of a specific group of members. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. Please subscribe, share this content, and be sure to watch the other videos. Have a good day, and thank you for stopping by to Micah's Library.